This is Brett Waltemath of Star Watch Media here in East Hampton, New York for the 19th annual Hamptons International Film Festival. Brett Waltemath of Star Watch Media here with the star of Collaborator, David Morse. David, you you play the role of Gus in the film. Can you please discuss the film with us and a little bit about your role in the film?
Well, the film was written and directed by Martin Donovan. He also stars in it. It's based on some of the experiences in his life, some people in his life. Actually, his neighbor, who I happen to play in this, though it's not literally about his neighbor, it was inspired by something that happened to his neighbor. And the character that I myself play is a guy who has never made it out in the world, out of his home, lived with his mother, spent time in prison. He's just sort of a victim of his life. And Martin is a big deal writer who comes home and winds up in the house with this guy in a very unexpected and unusual way.
This film had its world premiere, pardon me if I mispronounce it, the Karlovy Vary, the Karlovy Vary International Film Festival in the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Now, and you were there for the world premiere. What was your experience like there, and what kind of went into the decision making to have the world premiere, not only in the Czech Republic, but also at that film festival specifically?
Well, I had known nothing about the Karlovy Vary Film Festival, and it turns out, in terms of Europe and Eastern Europe, Russia, whatever, this is a pretty big deal place and festival. It's been around for 46 years, and it's an amazing town in the Czech Republic. It's about an hour and a half from Prague. So when we actually got invited to go there, everybody was excited in terms of the world awareness of what this film was. And we went over there to premiere it, and it went amazingly. And then we all came home, and I got a call from Martin on a Thursday morning asking me to get back on a plane and fly over because apparently we'd won some awards.
And you specifically won Best Actor at the film festival, I believe.
I think it is true that I won the Best Actor award, but maybe more importantly, the film won the International Film Critics Award. Thank you. It's exciting. Yeah.
Now, Martin had said that one of the reasons going out of the country was that at a lot of the local film festivals here nationally, that it's very easy for independent films just to kind of get lost in the mix. Just talk a little bit about just being there for the premiere. You had never seen the film, and you were there with 1,000 people in the audience. Or do you get nervous about the premiere when you're seeing it for the first time along with the audience?
I think the word is excruciating. It's tough. If I could have seen it before we went, it would have been great. I think for any actor, it's really hard to see yourself for the first time and all that stuff. And I had two of my kids with me, and they just had to put up with me sort of sliding down in the chair, trying not to watch.
You mentioned during the press conference that sometimes you were trying to hide into the row and your children had to keep you trying to watch the screening.
Yeah, it's true. But you know what? It was the thing that was great about it is the audience really embraced this movie and the reception, to be there with Martin and experience that kind of reception for the work that he especially had done, but all of us had done, was pretty gratifying.
And Martin had said that early on in his career as an actor that he had a lot of difficulty watching himself on screen, and that he was particularly hard on himself. They say that we're all our own biggest critic, but that it was very difficult for him. Just from being on set with him, did you notice that at all about him, not only as an actor, but also as a director and a writer for this film?
It's a very different thing to be a director than to be an actor, or just solely an actor in a movie. Because as an actor, even though you're working with other people, working off of people and all that, there is so much happening in your interior that you have to allow to come alive, and that's really what you're there for as an actor. As a director, you really are there to help everybody do their best work. So it's this odd kind of conflict. You have to be very much outside of yourself to help you do your best work, or the cameraman do his best work, whoever it is. You have to have that thing in consciousness, but at the same time you have to be a very interior truth going on at the same time. He couldn't afford to be hard on himself while we were working. There were just too many people depending on him to make decisions and help them to do good work.
You've also done extensive work on the stage and on and off Broadway. How is your preparation different from stage acting to on-camera acting? And will we see you on Broadway again sometime in the future?
Well, I would love to be on Broadway again. It's a hard one because of the time commitment you really need. You have to commit to 6 months, and I'm doing a series now.
You're a busy guy right now.
Yeah, I'm a little busy. So, when I free up, I would love to be doing that. At the beginning of your question was?
Oh, just how your preparation is different from stage acting to on camera.
I've done things like with TV movies or movies where I get a call on a Thursday and I'm shooting on Monday. I'm flying across the country and shooting on Monday a major role in a film. That's happened a few times. The preparation for that, a weekend, it's a little different than a play where you'll have 4 weeks to rehearse. You probably have a lot of time before that to think about the character. There's a whole different opportunity to understand a character, to bring stuff to it. But at the same time, with something like where you have 3 days to prepare, you just go, and there's a lot of energy to it and no thinking. You're just going, and there's something great about that. So.
Some of your, I believe, best known roles, I think, have been when you have played the bad guy or the guy that, is not easily liked. Do you enjoy playing those types of roles? And is it easy for you to get into that kind of character?
It may be too easy for me to get into that kind of character. I do like it. The thing I don't like about it is I did too much of it. Not that I won't do it again, but it went from me doing St. Elsewhere, a series quite a while ago, where it was a very different kind of person, and everybody wanted to protect him and loved this guy and all that, and that's all I heard. And then it went all the way to the other end of, I hate you. When I see you on screen, I hate you. It's a compliment. It means you're really good at what you're doing. That's what they say. But you don't want to hear that all the time, how much people hate you,
People see you on the street and kind of give you the evil eye, just thinking immediately of your character.
Well, it depends on how recently the movie has come out.
Right. I think immediately of your role as Detective Twitter on House, because I love House, and you were incredible on that role, and of course received an Emmy nomination for that role as well.
I did. There are a lot of people who love Dr. House. Yeah, and I heard about it a lot. I don't think I've ever been involved with anything that I've gotten so much response to. It's amazing to me.
Well, and you had worked with the writers of House previously on another show. Forgive me, I can't remember which show that it was.
Yeah, the show was called Hack.
Yes.
And actually David Shore, who created House, was our showrunner. And he will tell you, he was fired from our show and after about 6 episodes, and he was really upset about it. And he went off and he created another show that began with the letter H, which was House. And he did things with the character that he was trying to do with our show with my character. And his show became a hit and our show did not. But it was 2 years, and it was we're grateful for that run.
And again, just kind of proof of the industry where you just really never know how the audience is going to react and what they're going to react to.
It is a complete mystery, and I think there are a lot of people who think they know the answers to that mystery. And I don't think there is a real answer. I think there are a lot of things that come together chemistry-wise between writers and actors, whatever it is. It's, those things just gel in a way with people at the right time, and it happens. Well, we're doing our third season of Treme on HBO, but also I did a few other independent movies. There was one with Nick Cassavetes called Yellow. Really interesting, challenging story. There's one I just finished. I did a independent movie with Ryan Gosling a number of years called The Slaughter Rule, and the brothers, the Smith brothers who did that, just did a film up in Montana with Chasky Spencer called Winter in the Blood. We did that together. And I also just did this, two other ones. The Odd Life of Timothy Green, which will be out, I guess, around Christmas. It's a Disney film. And there's the World War Z with Brad Pitt.
A film that's receiving a lot of buzz, a war against zombies, where you play a prisoner, I believe, a prisoner that's been locked away in an abandoned prison, correct?
You have really done your research.
I try my best.
Yeah, I am the only survivor in this prison of a zombie attack, and I just happened to luck out to be in a jail cell when it happened. And I have a lot of information for Brad Pitt.
Great.
Yeah.
And when will that start filming?
Well, that's coming to an end. We filmed that. Okay. They've been filming for months, but that's not going to come out until a year from this Christmas.
Yep. Fantastic. David, thank you so much. Congratulations on all your success throughout your career. Really appreciate the time.